All right guys, what's up? Obviously if you're getting this video, you just got your Moto 3, which is awesome. Or if you haven't received it yet, it's on a truck, it's on its way. The bike has been allocated to you. So I'm coming to you from the warehouse down here in Frankston. Once the bikes are assembled and allocated, we send this email out to you. Gives you all the info you need. So I'm gonna run you through a bit of admin that you need to do, and also just the overview on how to start the bike. So I'll brush over the points, but everything is in the email. Please check it out. Don't stress if you're getting this video before your bike arrives, that is normal. But thanks for choosing BRAF and your patience and getting involved in our build to order promo. It's been a really popular one. So without talking too much, number one thing I want you to do when your bike arrives is just verify the email that you've got, called your proof of purchase email. Firstly, just check your junk mail if you haven't received it. Your proof of purchase email, I want you to make sure that the VIN number, which is stamped on the neck here, matches the compliance plate, which is the sticker here, also matches your email. That's number one, make sure that matches. Also, if you've got insurance or roadside, it's really important that you call up and make sure that the insurance and roadside providers have your name, your details, your VIN number, your rego number all on file correctly. So do that. That's really the guts of the admin we need you to do. You've also been sent a file with a how to register, so you can download the zip file. We've got a how-to guide for each state, so check that out. Print your proof of purchase, print your invoice and take it to your transport office if you're going to register the bike yourself, and it'll give you all the overview. So that's basically my admin stuff done. Let's look at the bike now. The first thing that I want to point out before we look at starting these things, just remember they're brand new tyres. So first sort of 50 to 100 Ks, they're really slippery, they're shiny, they're a good tyre, they're safe, all that stuff, but any new tyre or any new bike, you should just be tentative and take it easy for the first 50 Ks. Second thing is just make sure that the bike, you go and fill it up with 91 octane, give it a full tank of fuel. We're not allowed to transport our bikes with much fuel in them, obviously, so they come with like 2 litres of fuel in them. So it's enough to ride to the servo, but as soon as you can, chuck a full tank of fuel in it. So guys, to turn the bike on, this is a big one. Number one is you've got to kick the stand up because there's a switch on the stand. The bike won't go with the stand down. Number two, you need the red button pushed down. Obviously the cross is off and the go arrow is on. You need the clutch in because there's a switch. You can see here there's a switch on the clutch. So stand up, clutch in, red button down, key on, and then it's going to hit the button here. You can see this one started straight away, so that was a good example. But if it didn't, I'm going to put mine in neutral here. That's a neutral light. You can see, always do a check, push it backwards and forwards. I only ever try and find neutral when the bike's off. It's much harder when the bike's on. I do that on all bikes personally. So what we're going to do here is if the bike didn't start, what you might do. Obviously you check to make sure you get your switches on, check to make sure your stand is up. It's always good to do it when you're sitting on the bike, in my opinion. Make sure it's in neutral. Now here's your choke here. You might need a bit of choke, so pull the clutch in. I normally pull that back with that finger, hold it like that, keys on, and then hit the button. So that's started, then you just slowly let the choke off. You can hear the revs change a little bit because of the choke there. Now if that didn't work, the third thing you can do is clutch in, choke on, and a little bit of throttle. So we're not going to do this, we're just going to give it like a millimetre or two. And slowly let the choke off. So that's just really good troubleshooting for anyone how to start the bike. You see this one sounds awesome. It's got the aftermarket muffler on it, so I really recommend that. They run heaps better, they sound awesome. This one's also got the bar end protectors. I just reckon they look cool, but they are, give you a bit of safety, especially if you're cutting through traffic. So that's that. Let's go through the switches here. So obviously we've got choke like we just showed you before. You've got your high beam flicker here. Over this side you've got your horn, so you got that there. You got your indicators, so you obviously left and right, but you have to push it in to turn the indicators off. Over this side you got lights on, lights off, and park. Leave them on all the time, and then that's your start one there, so awesome. Now you can see there that bike didn't start just then because I had the stand down. I showed you that because I get heaps of calls about that, but anyway, actually I just forgot, but anyway, makes it good for the video. So the next thing you want to do is check your tyre pressures as soon as you get to a servo. You want 28 PSI in the front and 32 in the rear, or really just between 28 and 32 in the tyre, on the tyre pressures. Just check that yourself, it's important. Also, just give them a check again after a week or so, or a few weeks. Just a nice thing to check on your bike. Now, it's a brand new bike, so be aware of everything. First sort of 500 Ks is your time to run the bike in, so don't rev the absolute hell out of the thing. Ride it nice. You can go on the highway, you can do what you want really, but it would be much nicer for the bike to give it a short running period where you just treat it nice. And more than anything, you're just being aware of anything that might need to be adjusted or tuned on the bike. So yeah, bring it back to either us as your mechanic or sign up for the self-service program so you can validate your own servicing, but get your first service done at 500 Ks, really anywhere between 300 and 500. Then after that, you want to get the thing serviced around every 3,000 Ks. All right, so I reckon it's important to check your own oil because obviously it's your bike now, so you want to care for it. So pull the dipstick out. Don't wipe it on your jeans, wipe it on a rag. Then obviously you want it to show some oil just on the end of the dipstick there once you put it in. You see this one does. Now you want the bike standing up straight when you're checking the oil. You don't want it on the side stand because that would push all the oil to one side. So the next thing you want to do is before you ride the bike, obviously just sit on the thing. And make sure everything feels okay, your brakes, just give it all a nice check, make sure your clutch feels like it's okay. But the big one is your mirrors. So you can see here, I can't see a thing at the moment, now I can. Just set your mirrors up before you go. You've got adjusters there and you've got your movements there as well. So set them up. It's good to have an Allen key just keep on you that you can tighten up and loosen that off there. Especially if you're new to riding, it's good to work out where you like your mirrors. I like to be able to, I should show you guys this, I like to be able to just see past my arm. I don't need to see directly behind me. I'm more looking for like blind spots there. But I guess you can set them up how you see fit. Now really the key thing to check and just be aware of as a motorcyclist, the thing that can stretch is the chain. It's designed to stretch, it's brand new so it will stretch. So it's good to learn how to tighten your chain. You can watch a video on how to do that. I recommend you go to brightuniversity.com. We've put in more and more videos over there and how-tos. They're also on our YouTube as well, so you can go to Brap Online for the YouTube, and we've got heaps of how-tos, and we're encouraging you guys to add and contribute to that. So if you see that there's something we haven't yet recorded, we'd love you guys to record it, become a coach on the Brap Uni and start adding value to our community. It's a great way to add value to each other. So anyway, checking the chain. If we're going to do that over this side, I would hold the bike up straight. You see here, there's about a centimetre or two of movement in the chain. That's great. You don't want it tight like a guitar string. You want it to have a little bit of movement in it, but you don't want it so sloppy that it's sort of touching the tyre and that type of thing. Now you will need to tighten it at some point, especially maybe after 100 to 500 Ks, so keep an eye on it, depends how you ride. And to tighten it, you loosen the axle off for a few turns and you use these here to wind the spacers back. So that's one to watch the video on if you've never tightened a chain on a bike before. It's pretty basic, it's pretty much the same on all motorcycles almost, and just make sure that both sides are even, so you do this side and this side, but watch the video if you're going to do that. Really that's about it. Please check out the contact details. Don't call the sales phone if you need help, because Lisa and the sales team won't be able to help you, and their calls are like, they get so many missed calls. So check out the spare parts and the support phone number. Make sure you save it into your phone. I'll get Ethan to put it on this video and I'll put it in the description too. We've put all this in the email, so please just take 5 or 10 minutes, read the email properly, and yeah, we are here to help. If you'd like to sign up to self-service, you can learn all about it, but basically if you've got lifetime warranty, you've got to service your bike, you don't have to do it at a BRAP affiliated mechanic, just any mechanic, but in an attempt to make this the most affordable bike to own, we've also given you a platform to legitimise and recognise the backyard mechanic. Now, self-service is not designed for the newbie. If you've never used tools before, don't sign up. Take it to your local mechanic and get a local mechanic to service it. But if you want to sign up to self-service, you'll be able to do that on the website as well. There's actually a tab on the brapmotorcycles.com website called Other. If you click on that, you'll be able to see the Brap University and the self-service overviews. So Anyway, that's about it. Thank you guys for choosing to get a BRAP. It does mean a lot to us. We're a family business. I'm sure you've heard me bang on about this a lot, but it really does matter to us. We've been doing this thing for 15 years. Our whole goal is to be the #1 value bike in the country. I can't afford to pay Valentino Rossi to ride around Phillip Island, but we do have you on our bike, so that matters to us, and we want you promoting us. Actually, you're the reason and you're the way that our business can grow and the BRAP brand can grow, and we can keep innovating new models and getting better and better, and that's our goal, and that's what we're passionate about. So yeah, get out there and you'll be our marketing tool and representing us. So we thank you for that. So anyway, be in contact if we can help. BRAP University is a great place to go for troubleshooting, for questions, for answers. It's much quicker to go to BRAP Uni and work out what you need rather than wait for one of our mechanics to call you, because obviously they have their normal trade work as well. So just giving you that hot tip. Please SMS us as well. It's much quicker for our guys to respond to an SMS than wait till they have a block of time to respond to their missed calls. So just trying to get our workflows better and better with how we communicate with you guys. And one of the best things is if you SMS us or use BRAP University, it makes it way more efficient. So anyway, that's about it. Get out and ride. Thank you guys.
Right.